Hi, this is James.
And this is Tina.
Welcome to
Whatever Topics.
where we'll be talking about.
Anything, whatever pops into our head's gonna pop out of our mouth.
Hope you enjoy the show. Hello, Tina.
Hello.
So how's it going over there on the other side of that big table?
Awesome.
Awesome. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Whatever Topics episode number 4.
All right.
Yeah, for the year. We kind of skipped some time in there. Otherwise, it'd be up there and around 30 or 40.
Just too much going on.
Yeah, well, we're back and we're doing it every week now. I'll have them out on at least by Saturday. A lot of these I've been putting out just a little after midnight on Friday night. But they're a Saturday show, even if you get them on a Friday night. So try not to have them out no later than noon on Saturday. So, hey, what we want to talk about today, I kind of, a little, I don't know. Tina's got, I think, more on it than I do. But we're talking about the extraterrestrial, what other people call aliens.
Okay, let's start it out like this. Some of these people out here is going to think we're weird, odd, off our rockers, what have you. But, everybody has their own opinions and beliefs in different things in this world. You may believe it, you may not. Depends on you. But if we all thought the same way and believed the same thing in everything we did, this would be a pretty dull planet. So today, we are talking about aliens. Yes, not those illegal immigrants that some people call illegal aliens. We are going to talk about space aliens.
Yeah, I brought that up the other day right after our last show and told her, I said, I was reading something, an article or something one day about when people, it's usually older people, but a lot of younger people do too, do the same thing. You ever go into a room and forget what you went in there for?
All the time.
Yeah, and the older you get, it seems like the more it happens. But then you do remember after a few minutes or maybe an hour. Sometimes I get up from the table and turn around and not remember what I got up for.
Been there.
Yeah. Everybody says, "Oh, you're getting old," but you know what? I'm beginning to wonder. This article I was reading, where it says that these aliens are invisible to you if they want to be, if they can hide. It's like don't get caught.
Mm-hmm.
And when you walk into another room and forget what you went in there for, it was because you snuck up on an alien without him noticing you, and he had to erase your memory so he didn't get caught.
Okay, so if this article is true, I can tell you we're being visited quite a lot.
I think it's because they're more afraid of the older people doing that because they're the ones that's going to believe it the most.
True.
If they seen an alien, they would be the first one. Younger people, they'd be afraid to say anything. I seen an alien.
Most older people are too because they're afraid people's going to call them crazy.
Yeah, and that, with these people that's been abducted by aliens and taken into their ship and having a syringe stuck into their belly button and operated on, or I think what that would be. Like you said, they're going to think we're crazy by the time this is over with. I think that is because, just like a computer, if your computer doesn't work right, or if it starts putting out, information that's not been put into it, kind of like a virus.
Yes.
They probably think that you have information in you that they don't want to be released because you've seen or heard them, and they're trying to erase your memory. What I don't understand is why they go through your belly button to do that.
Hey, never know.
Oh man, we come up with some dreamy ideas sometimes of what to talk about. But you see a lot about the cattle ranchers out in Wyoming and places in New Mexico where the cattle has had their heart taken out or their brain taken out, but it's a very precise surgery done on them.
And no blood.
No blood.
That's weird.
And so they I think that what they do, they stick that needle in you and drain your blood out before they cut you open.
Ew.
And that way, they don't leave no trace. They think they're tricking us into not knowing what happened.
Yeah.
But we got it figured out.
You think about this, though, honestly. We are one planet in a huge solar system, galaxy, universe. One planet. Out of how many that we know of and don't know of? There's life on this planet, some intelligent, not so much. Sorry about that, folks. But if we have life on this planet, why can't there be life on any of those other planets out there?
You made me think of that post I seen on the social media one time where it says, "Beam me up, Scotty, there's no life on this planet."
Yep.
But yeah, there has to be.
I would think so.
Yeah. Now I'm not going to go preaching or anything to anybody, but in the Bible, I can't recall right offhand because it just came to me about this little scripture where they was explaining something that had landed, and it was hovering over the earth, and a lot of smoke coming from it, and it had legs like cow hooves.
Yeah.
3 legs like cow hooves, and it was vibrating, making noise. Well, what else would that be besides a spaceship?
Way back then, yeah, good question.
The word spaceship wasn't in the Bible that far back.
No.
And so they didn't know how to explain it. They wouldn't know how to explain an airplane except saying a big bird.
Yeah.
So they thought it was some kind of whatever it was, and they explained it. And by the explanation of it, it sounded like a spaceship.
Are people really so egotistical, though, to think that there couldn't possibly be life, that we're the only life in this whole universe?
Yeah.
I don't see that. There's so much out there that we don't know.
Right.
And, you might be surprised. I think as the older I get, the more open-minded I get about certain things. And, like, spirits. I mean, I've seen things happen, and people can see things and not believe them still.
Yeah. No.
I see things, and it's like, you know what, I saw that. How can you not believe it?
And some people say, "Oh, I keep catching something out the corner of my eye."
All the time.
And they call it a spirit. They think that it's a spirit. Why, maybe it's an alien.
Could be.
They catch something out of the corner of their eye. By the time they turn to look, that alien vanished or, moved where you couldn't see it.
You never know.
And that's why when you walk into a room and forget what you went in there for, it's because you've seen an alien and they had to erase your mind. Think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how cool is this?
Now, I was watching the sky one time, and this was the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life. I seen this white ball that was going straight, kind of fast, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, that thing took a complete sharp turn. Airplanes and helicopters can't do that. Yeah. I don't think a satellite or a weather balloon would have done that either.
And they done proved that couldn't happen. There's nothing that the military made or anything else that can turn and move that fast.
I mean, on a dime, it just straight line off to the side, gone. Like, wow, that was a little freaky.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, you may think I'm weird, but I do believe. And let me tell you, I don't ever want to see one in person. No way.
That'll get a needle stuck in your belly button.
Oh, hey, no needles, no probing, no nothing, no.
But I think it depends on your brain, how your brain works, and how your memory works, how strong your brain is. There's a lot of these people come back and say, I was abducted, and they took me up in their spaceship, and they did this, and they did that, and it was like a it wasn't it wasn't between a dream and an image and it was kind of a blur thing. I don't think your brain erased it all. It couldn't.
You know, I don't know if anybody ever saw this movie before, but it was based on a true story. It's called Fire in the Sky. 4 lumberjacks are out. They're cutting their wood, and they start. I guess they were heading back home, if I recall. And they seen a light out in the field. Well, one of them got out, and it was a ship hovering above him. He went up under it. This light grabbed him, and he went up into the ship. Now, the other ones, when they went home, of course, the police thought that they must have killed him or something because they couldn't find him nowhere. They didn't know what happened. Those men explained about this ship and what had happened. They got ridiculed. It was horrible. They went through a lot. The guy ends up coming back to tell his story of what happened. And guess what happened? He was pulled up in that spaceship. So those 3 men did not lie about what they saw.
Yeah. There's a lot of movies out there, but movies, it has to be based on something.
Yeah.
And if somebody don't believe you seen a spaceship and you tell it to the right person, they're going to make a movie out of it.
Yeah.
And here you're thinking you're watching something that's fiction.
The sad thing is, you tell 1 out of 100 people, you tell 100 people the same story, you're probably going to get ridiculed by 99 of those people.
But that one person might be a producer.
Yeah.
Or it gets around to him.
Somebody that might actually believe your story.
They might add a little bit to it.
Well, yeah, to make it a little more interesting.
Realistic or unrealistic, but yeah. But it all happens out west, seems like.
Well, you hear a lot about the Greys. That's what they talk about the most, is the Greys. So I guess they're the most common.
Out west is a lot of open space.
Yeah.
And they think that maybe if they land in an open space, not so many people's going to notice them.
Well, you read, too, you're noticing people talking about how they're starting to hover over things like nuclear plants or military, things like that, and they think maybe they're trying to take some of their technology or learn it or whatever, but I think they're smarter than us, honestly. I mean, if they can come from that far out of space and we can't go to where they are, yeah, I think they're a lot smarter than we are.
More intelligent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then, like I said, they do appear in other places, New York or wherever, but mostly they're out in the open. And you read, now these are documentaries on TV that you read about or watch, and these, from aerial view, they found lines running in a straight line across the ground. You can't see it from the ground. It has to be up from the area, in the air. And they say that if they follow that line exactly the direction that line's going in, kind of like using a compass, and it would take you to the center point of a pyramid. And it's like landing strips for.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's landing strips for the aliens, because who else is going to build these pyramids?
Well, you think about, too, people don't believe in aliens, but I've also seen documentaries about, like, Area 51. These people, they were talking to them. One of the women they was talking to, her dad was in the military, and her dad finally spoke up before he passed away. He was told never to say anything. Before he passed away, he told her what was going on at Area 51 about finding the spaceship and all that, right? They were told, as she got older, that if she told anybody that she would disappear and her family would disappear. And she was on open TV talking about it. Now, how scary is it when the government tells you if you talk about something, you're going to disappear?
They're holding back something. I don't want to get into it too deep because I don't want to disappear.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I believe in that Area 51 and whatever they're up to. I mean, we've seen a lot of movies about that. And they're hidden too much underground.
Well, I don't know what's going on there, and I really don't want to know because, like you said, I don't want to disappear.
So that's why we wanted to talk about aliens.
So we're weird. Forgive us.
Are we?
I don't think so, but a lot of people will.
Yeah. A lot of weird people think we're not.
Well, that's true.
And a lot of normal people think we are.
That's true.
But, you know, I mean, we just picked up this subject, like I said, after last week's show, we was deciding what we're going to talk about this week, and I said, well, let's just talk about the aliens. And when things move, you know, like the spiritual spirits, when they bump into something and knock it over, you know, now that's one thing. But, you know, supposing one of these days they cut your memory off short, you know, they see that you've caught them doing something. What if they were picking up something off of your shelf and you caught a glimpse of it just in time to see it fall? They erased your memory up to that point to make you think that you seen a spirit instead of an alien. How did it happen? Well, I don't know. It just fell. I said, did you see it fall? No, but it was on that shelf and it was on the floor 5 feet away. So, you know, so you seen this alien take something off the shelf and he seen you watching him. He erased your memory up into the time to where it was 5 feet away from you, and it makes you go nuts, you know. Everybody's scared of the unknown.
I think that's the biggest problem. People are afraid of what they don't understand. If they can't explain it scientifically, then it's not real.
It's like we hear marbles dropping in the ceiling.
Oh, that's the weirdest thing ever.
They go tink, 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 tink. Tink, 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 tink. You know, and it's moving. Tink, 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 tink. And it only happens when it's raining. Now, water is not going to go tink, 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 you know, across your ceiling.
No.
And there's too much between the ceiling and the roof to be hearing it on the roof. And the roof is on a pitch anyway. It will just hit and run down.
Yeah, I still can't figure that one out. That's weird.
It happened, 3 times since we've been here?
Yeah.
Something like that. And it's different parts of the roof. It's not the same place. So if it's hitting anywhere on the roof, it wouldn't sound like it's hitting somewhere else in the ceiling. If there was a way for that water drop to get in, it would go tink, and that was it.
Yeah, just drop, like drip, drip, drip.
Drip.
No, I don't do that.
And we're thinking that it's a spirit of some kind. And we're kind of mixing spirits in with the aliens because actually, what's the difference? Is an alien a spirit or is a spirit an alien?
No, they are not. I'm sorry.
Well, let's ask the listeners what they think.
My grandmother's spirit has visited us by doing different things in the house. It was really odd, and we knew it was her because of what was happening.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say that I know my grandmother did this. Oh, no, that was an alien instead. No, that was my grandmother. That was a spirit.
But you know who it is by what it does.
Exactly. So aliens are not spirits, thank you.
Yeah.
Two different entities.
I've had some dealings with spirits.
So have I.
I don't know who they were. Well, I know one was my mom. She called my name. Or was it my mom? I mean, I was living in a house a block away from a hospital.
Oh, the one where the thing touched my leg and was rubbing my leg?
Uh-huh, same place where...
Oh, that was so creepy.
The cabinet doors...
would open all the time.
One door open, and I couldn't figure it out. I thought it was the wind causing a vacuum in the air, to pop it open. But next day or two, there was 2 doors open. And a few more days after that, there was 3 or 4 doors open, and halfway.
Yeah.
Now, and there's no air leaks going through there, and it's just like, how did it happen? Yeah, the cats used to raise the hair up on the back and run to the steps and look down the stairway.
Well, I was constantly hearing somebody walk up and down the steps, and then the cats started running up and down them like they were chasing something.
Yeah, and I lay in bed one night. It felt like somebody sat on the edge of the bed. I thought it was a cat. You know, the cat will, if it's a full-grown cat, when they get on a bed, it'll sink a little bit, you know. I looked up and there's nothing there.
I tell you, I get goosebumps still thinking about that day that whoever it was rubbing my leg. Oh, God. You know, if I know who you are, that's one thing, but if I don't know who you are in your spirit, please don't touch me. That's all I got to say, please.
All these ghost shows that we've been watching, they make a lot of sense.
They do.
And a lot of them are real.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of them that are fake out there. But you can tell the difference. If you watch enough of them, you can tell the difference. I would like to go to a cemetery with my EVP. I keep forgetting that one. With my EVP and recorder and try to get one on that.
You want to do, I've noticed they seem to come out like between, usually they say the best time is between 2 and 3 in the morning.
Right.
You are not getting me in any cemetery at 2 or 3 in the morning. You are out of your mind if you think I'm going to do that.
And you've been watching too many shows now.
No, I just believe in spirits, and I just don't want to run into the wrong one in a cemetery.
Right, yeah. But they say, you know, if they're there, you can talk to them. You know, if they would want to talk back to you. But if you call for any, you're going to get anyone, you know. That's where you have to be careful.
Right, and I guarantee you one way you don't want to call for any of them. And people, y'all can think I'm crazy if you want to, but don't ever, ever, ever use a Ouija board.
No. Ouija board's out in my books. I had one, or not I had one, but I played with one when I was a kid.
I'd never touch one. Don't want it in my house either.
But we was using it as, you know, kids do. Who likes me? You know, who's my new friend or whatever. But as you get older and get learning more about it, now I had one time. I don't know whatever happened to it, and it wasn't mine. It was somebody else's, but it was in a garage, and we both knew it was there. And they went out to look for it one day, and they couldn't find it nowhere. And it was in like a storage garage, you know. It was like in a box. Never did find it anymore after that. We don't know what happened to it. Did somebody take it knowing what it was? But they would have had to unpack about everything in there to find it.
I know people have tried to destroy the things and they can't do it. You cannot destroy those things. Yeah.
I had these two women one time that lived next door. And I was down in the basement. And I heard, this was one of them apartments that are connected together, you know, like a house divided.
Like the duplex sort of thing?
Like that. And they had just the downstairs floor. We had the downstairs and the upstairs and the basement. So it was kind of like split in half.
Yeah.
And I was in the basement, and I heard something knock 3 times on the pipes and the vents, air vents. And I thought, well, they must have been doing that to get my attention. So I went over there and asked them. And they was playing some kind of a spirit thing. And I asked them, was they knocking on the vents? And they said, no, we thought you were. I said, no, I didn't knock on that vent. They heard it, and I heard it. But neither one of us did it.
Well, you know what they say about the 3 knocks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The 3 knocks is supposed to mean it's a demon mocking the Trinity.
Yeah.
So, no, I hear 3 knocks. I'm not going to answer it, and I ain't going to knock back.
And a lot of people knock on people's door 3 times, ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
And I want to look out the window before I open the door.
I don't do that. I go knock, 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 knock.
Yeah. Oh man, I tell you. I mean, we're not superstitious. I mean, that's the truth. We don't do it because we think. We do it because we know.
It's things that we've seen and experienced, and we're open-minded. And I think that's probably why we see and hear more.
Right.
Is because we are open to it.
Yeah.
We're not afraid of the unknown.
It's like the aliens. We get back to that.
I mean, afraid of the unknown, I'm not, but I will. Like I said, I will admit I am afraid to be face to face with an alien.
Are they the good and evil both too? Is there good aliens and bad aliens?
Don't know.
No.
Don't want to find out.
If you find out, they're going to erase your mind where you won't remember it.
Some people do seem to remember it. It gets brought back.
Yeah, but then nobody believes them.
Yeah, because they think they're nuts. I know. Yeah. That's why I said a lot of people's probably going to think we're little nuts too. But
and it might be because of their situation too. And they might think they're nuts because other odd things has happened that just can't put their finger on it, and they say, well, that person's a little bit off the rocker.
Yeah.
And off the rocker, to me, I mean, back in the old days, especially, you go visit some of these old houses back in the day. People died in their houses.
Yeah.
And their spirits stayed there.
Well, my grandmother, I told you, my grandmother and my Uncle Bill passed away in Mom's house, and I lived there for years.
Right.
And right after Grandma passed away, we experienced all kinds of really weird things for about 6 months. And then after that, it went back to normal.
Yeah. Well, it's like when my mom died. My brother got the car at his house. And, I was like everybody else, I felt bad. I asked her, I said, let me know if you made it to heaven. And the car horn on her car was starting to blow.
Yeah.
Like it got stuck. And I went over and I was going to unstick it, and the car was locked. I couldn't get in it. So after about a minute, it quit blowing. And so when my brother got home, I told him, that, hey, the car horn's stuck and it was blowing today. He said, the horn was blowing? I said, yeah. He said, it couldn't. He says, there ain't no battery in it.
Wow.
I said, no, you got to show me that. Well, he did. He went out and unlocked the car, popped the hood open, opened it up, and the battery wasn't even in the car. So there's my sign.
Well, you remember the one I got when Uncle Bill passed away. We're living in Florida, absolutely no breeze. I mean, there is no breeze in Florida unless you got a storm coming. So it was real calm, real hot. And I said, I really wish I knew that Uncle Bill was okay. And the second I said, I wish I knew that Uncle Bill was okay, a soft breeze went across my face. And it was gone. And then again, still, no air, no nothing. That was my sign.
Yeah, it's really weird, You
just got to be able to see them. Keep an open mind to them.
This old house one time, the old people lived in it, and they had it upstairs. Most of the old houses did up in the country. And in one of the bedrooms, there was always a door that went into the attic. You just walk into the attic because it's already upstairs.
Yeah.
And it's just like it could have been another room built there, but they used it for the attic. And I walked in that room one day, and there was a window at the end of it, and I kept seeing this fire, and it was a blue blazing fire, just like a campfire or something. So I never thought nothing of it until I went outside, and there wasn't nothing outside burning. There was no trash can. People burnt trash back then, and there was no trash. I was a kid, but still, it's not right. That a kids could see things, I think, better than some adults.
They can, because they haven't been taught that when they're younger, they haven't been taught, well, that don't exist. That's not real.
Right.
So they are open-minded to everything.
Well, this is the end of our show. I'm not going to go 45 minutes like I did last week.
Hey, I got a joke, remember?
Yeah, I know. That's why I want to hurry up and get out of here.
Okay.
But anyway, let us know if you think aliens are real. Let us know if you believe in the spirits and things like that. Send us an email to whatevertopics@gmail.com. That's spelled TOPIX. whatevertopics@gmail.com. You can call, or you can leave us a message or post it on our website on facebook.com/whatevertopics. And
if you think we're odd, please be kind.
Tell us what you think. I mean, it's not going to bother us.
No,
it's not going to bother us.
We know we're different.
Might even get your name mentioned on the radio next week. If you do that, we'll send us your first name and where you're from. Like if you're from California or Oregon or New York or whatever, you don't have to give us your street address and all that.
No,
that's not. But anyway, let us know what you think about this subject today, and give us an idea what to throw out there next week.
We got a whole week to think about it.
Yeah, but if they don't have a whole week to let us know, though.
That's true.
We don't want to not have anything on when we do our show, and then all of a sudden they say, "Hey, talk about this," and we don't know what it's about.
Oops.
At least we can do a little research on it or something if it's way off there. But okay, anyway, joke of the week.
Here you go. John visited his 70-year-old survivalist grandpa who lived off the grid. On the first morning of the visit, John's grandpa prepared a breakfast of bacon and eggs. John noticed a film-like substance on his plate and asked, "Are these plates clean?" His grandpa replied, "They're as clean as cold water can get them. Just go ahead and finish your meal." For lunch, Grandpa made hamburgers. Again, John was concerned about the plates, as his appeared to have specks of dried egg on it. "Are you sure these plates are clean?" he asked. Without looking up, Grandpa said, "I told you before, those dishes are as clean as cold water can get them." Later, as John was leaving, his grandpa's dog started to growl and wouldn't let him pass. John said, "Grandpa, your dog won't let me get by." Grandpa yelled to the dog, "Cold water, go lie down." Ew.
Alrighty. Hey, appreciate everybody that listened to us this week and through the week. If you go to Whatever Topics, Facebook.com/Whatever Topics, you'll see I got it pinned on there, all the different places where you can hear our episode. There's like about 20, 15, 18, 20, somewhere in there, different places, apps and websites where we're listed. So check us out other the places. You can listen to us as you're jogging or whatever, Download the app. We're on iTunes. We're on iHeartRadio. We're on a lot of these apps that you're familiar with. So get a look at that and see where else you can hear us from. Oh, okay. That's it. So until next week.
See ya.